Hey everyone, and welcome to That Disney Pen Guy. I have recorded this video. Actually, this is the third time I have recorded this video. The first file got corrupted. I don't know exactly what happened, but I recorded it again last night. Well, early this morning, about 3 in the morning, from my car, from the parking lot where I work, and the vibration from the car ended up jostling it around so much that it just wasn't any fun to watch. So I'm recording again from my home in hopes that I'll be able to get this edited and get it uploaded later tonight or tomorrow afternoon. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into this. This is the Disney tag, and I was tagged by actually 2 channels, and I was very honored to be tagged by both of them. I was tagged by Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes, and then I was also tagged by the family over at And Stuff Like That. And I want to go ahead and get this knocked out so I can share my answers with them and for you, or with you rather. Now, I've done a little something different though. I've taken the liberty of going back and watching some old Disney tag videos, and I found that there were some questions that weren't asked in the recent round of the Disney tag. The original Disney tag back 5 years or so ago, the questions were completely different. Well, not completely different, but there were a lot of differences. And there were some questions that were added and taken away from the most recent round over just the last couple of years. And what I've done is I've taken all of the 18 questions that seem to be traveling around the circuit right now. I've included those. They were really similar to some from just a couple of years ago. So I've combined those, but then there were some that were taken out, and I've put those back in to make it an even 20 questions. So it's kind of a 20 questions Disney tag. And I'm going to be passing that along at the end of the video to a few of my favorite channels, and I hope you will follow those Disney tags over to those channels and watch those as well, and I'll let you know who those folks are here at the end of the video. So anyway, let's go ahead and get on into the actual Disney tag questions. The first question is, what was your first time at a Disney park? My first time at a Disney park was around 1976, 1977, I want to say. And we were visiting Florida, visiting some relatives here we were living in Virginia at the time. And my father's brother joined us down here with his family, and we all went to Walt Disney World. Now, at that point in time, it was only the one park. It was just the Magic Kingdom. And I remember having such a great time because, at that time, things were a little bit different than they are now. The parks weren't quite as crowded as I recall, or the park rather. And I remember being turned loose. My father and my uncle turned my cousin and I, who were of the same age. We were within a few months of each other. They turned us loose in the park. We each had a wristwatch on. We were happy with those. And we were told to meet at the castle at a certain time and check in. So that's what we did. It was a lot of fun. We got to go and do our own thing while the adults did their thing. And I don't know that we could do that anymore with our kids. But it was a lot of fun then, and it's going to be a special memory always. And the second question is your favorite Disney park. And I'm going to have to go back to the Magic Kingdom for this because of the fact that was my first experience. The other parks came later and I enjoy them. But the Magic Kingdom, that's classic Disney there. So I'm going to have to say the Magic Kingdom is my favorite Disney park. Question number 3 is the favorite land in the Magic Kingdom and or Pavilion at Epcot Center. I'm going to have to, again, stick in the Magic Kingdom. I'm started exploring the different pavilions at Epcot Center, or Epcot, I guess it's not Epcot Center anymore, but I haven't been in all of them. I really enjoyed the Mexico Pavilion the last time I was in. You can see that in my last video, but I haven't explored all of them yet. I've kind of cruised through, and there are some wonderful sights to see, but I don't know that I could pick a favorite one just because I haven't been through there much. Now, going back to the Magic Kingdom, probably my favorite place to go is Frontierland. If I'm not mistaken, that's where Big Thunder Mountain is. That's where Splash Mountain is. So that's where I really enjoy going the most, just kind of hanging out in that area. What is the fourth question is your favorite ride at the Disney parks. Now, I'm a roller coaster person. I really enjoy the different roller coasters, but believe it or not, I don't think that a roller coaster would be my favorite ride. When I first go into the Magic Kingdom, the very first thing that I do, well, not the very first thing, but one of the first things that I do is I head over to Tomorrowland. Even though it's not my favorite land, I head over to Tomorrowland and I catch a ride on the People Mover, and it takes you through a few of the different attractions over on that side. And I just really enjoy sitting, enjoying the weather, whatever the weather might be, because it's covered, and cruising through, passing by the castle, going through a couple of the different stores, and just enjoying soaking in Disney on the People Mover. It's not real thrilling. It's just a relaxing, hey, here's Disney World. So that's what I enjoy. Question number Question number 5. Your least favorite ride at the Disney parks. Ooh, least favorite ride at the Disney parks. I struggle with this one every time this question comes up, or every time it has come up in the previous recordings. I don't know that I have a least favorite. I tend not to go on rides that I'm not interested. I don't know why this didn't occur to me before, and I know that I'm probably going to get some hate from this, but my least favorite ride is the teacups. I can't, my body just won't let me do anything that just sits there and spins and goes real fast. I end up feeling ill afterwards, so I can't do the spinning teacups or any ride like that. So that would have to be my least favorite. I wish it wasn't. Everybody looks like they're having so much fun on them, but that would be my least favorite ride. Question number 6, your favorite show at the Disney parks. I have not, shame on me, been to any of the shows at any of the Disney parks as far as the live shows go. If I had to pick something close, I would probably have to say the Carousel of Progress. That's about as close as it comes, and that's more of an attraction than it is an actual show, but that would have to be it. Question number 7, your favorite Disney character meet, or one you would really like to meet. I have not met any, so I can't pick a favorite, but one that I would really like to meet. My first answer is going to be Goofy. I love Goofy, and he's my favorite of the Mickey and Friends cast, that original group. Goofy is probably my favorite character, and so I'd love to meet him, of course. If they had a talking Goofy, kind of like they had the talking Mickey meet, then I would really, really love to do that. Question number 8. What type of Disney item do you collect the most of, or your favorite souvenir? I think you can probably gather by the name of the channel, That Disney Pen Guy, that Disney pens are my favorite thing to collect. I've only been doing it actually for a little over, 7 months now. I started in June of last year, June of 2017, and I got addicted to it. I think not only because I enjoy the pens, but because just hunting down the pens, trading with cast members. Now that I've got several, I tend to keep some on a lanyard. I have my vest, but I tend to keep some on a lanyard, and because I have so many on me, I actually have other guests coming up to me asking if I can trade, primarily kids, so I keep a lanyard full of stuff that the kids can trade with me as well, and it kind of gets them into it also, and it's just a lot of fun. So there's the experience of actually having the pens that you've traded for, and the experience of finding, shopping for, trading for, and it gives you a reason actually to converse more with the cast members, who are all, I have not met any cast member that I haven't liked. They've just all been really fun to trade with. So that's my favorite thing to collect at the Disney parks. Question number 9, your favorite Disney attraction that is no longer at the parks. Now, previously I had actually answered this with 2 different rides. One was 20,000 Leagues Beneath the Sea, because I remember as a kid going on the ride and thinking, wow, this is so cool. We're in a submarine and we're going so deep. So that was a lot of good memories there. Looking back at some of the videos from back in the day when that was active, of course, we weren't that deep, but it seemed like it when I was a kid. Another one that I had mentioned was the Alien ride over in Tomorrowland. It wasn't a ride, it was more of an attraction, where Stitch ended up being. But I think my favorite ride that no longer exists was one that was there when I was a kid also, and that was the Skyway, the ride that would take you through the air over the park from one side of the park to the other. That has to be the favorite ride that is no longer at the parks, and it's not at either one anymore, and I really miss it. I really wish they would bring that back. Question number 10, monorail or ferry? I tend to take the monorail more often. However, the ferry is my favorite way to get over to the park, mainly because, especially now getting into the whole YouTube thing, the photo opportunities from the ferry are awesome. So as far as my favorite way to do it, probably the ferry, but that is a little bit slower. So I don't do that all the time. I tend to take the monorail more often just to get me to the park quicker. But if I feel like slowing down and taking some photos, taking some video, the ferry is definitely the way that I like to go. Question number 11, what is your favorite Disney resort hotel? I don't stay on property that often, and I haven't stayed at all of the hotels. I've had some fun with staying at the Contemporary. However, my favorite is probably one of the more budget hotels, and that's Pop Century. I like the atmosphere. It's more, I guess that's about the best way to put it. When you first go, I think it's the Pop Century. If I'm wrong, then correct me in the comments below. But the Pop Century, I think, is one where when you walk into the lobby, against the wall, hanging from the walls, is a bunch of old memorabilia. I say old, but some retro type stuff that you look at and you go, oh, I had one of those. Or at least somebody my age looks at it and goes, oh, I had one of those. So looking at some of the old items, gear, talking old computers, phones, cell phones, calculators, just things from the past hanging up on the wall. And I think it's kind of neat to mentally take a trip back in time to when those things were top of the line. So that's why I enjoy that hotel. Question number 12, what was the first Disney movie you saw in theaters? And I'm going to pause real quick before I answer this. You'll notice that these questions, if you've seen some of the other Disney tag videos, these questions are a little bit more out of order than the same questions from previous videos. The reason I did that was because the first several questions are mainly dealing with the park, being in the parks or at the resort property. And now we're moving kind of away from the resort property. And that's what these questions are. So I kind of grouped them up that way, just so you know. So back to the questions. Question number 12, what was the first Disney movie you saw in theaters? I remember the first one that I remember seeing is the original Pete's Dragon. That's the first one that I remember seeing at the theater. Now, of course, I'd seen some other Disney stuff prior to, things like The Jungle Book, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Mary Poppins, things of that nature, Fantasia, but Pete's Dragon, the first one, the original one, was the first one that I remember seeing in the theater. I think that's going to be some pins that I'm going to look for, is the original Pete's Dragon, the original Elliot pins, and see if I can find any of those. Question number 13, the most underrated Disney movie. This is the third time I've filmed this video, and I still get stumped on this question. I don't know. I had been saying Bedknobs and Broomsticks, not because it was underrated, but because so many people seem to have forgotten it, kind of along the same lines as Swiss Family Robinson. But I'm going to say, just because of the simple fact, there are so many great Disney movies that aren't played as often, so people forget about the movie or forget that they're Disney. I think I'm going to have to say Bedknobs and Broomsticks, not because it was necessarily underrated, but because it was, in my opinion, a really fun movie. And even though it's kind of cheesy to look back on now, just not enough people know about it. There's actually a whole set of pins based around Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I think more people should be aware of it. So if you get a chance to watch Bedknobs and Broomsticks, get it and watch it. It's a lot of fun, and I think you'll enjoy it. Question number 14. Saddest moment in a Disney film. Disney films are full of sad moments. If I had to pick one, I would probably have to say when Mufasa died in The Lion King, Simba's father. He loved Simba so much that to me was just heartbreaking. So that's what I'm going to say. Question number 15. Your favorite Disney princess and your favorite Disney prince. The princes don't get as much notoriety as the princesses do. So this is one that kind of got combined from an and or in previous videos. So I've included it here. You can pick one. It can be from two different films, but your favorite, one of each. My favorite Disney princess would probably have to be Merida from Brave. She's not your classic Disney princess with the gowns and the tiaras, but I really, really, really enjoy Merida. I'm gonna have to say her full of venom, full of vigor, I should say, not venom, and also probably for the same reason he's got more of a mischievous personality to him is Aladdin. So Merida from Brave and Aladdin, of course, from Aladdin. Question number 16, your favorite Disney villain. Until these questions started circling, I never really thought about having a favorite villain. I always rooted for the good guy, and that's just the way it was. But in terms of finding a villain who you love to hate, I guess, I would have to probably say from 101 Dalmatians, Cruella de Vil. Don't know why. She's just always the one that pops into mind. First one to pop into mind when this question comes up. Question number 17. Which Disney voice character would you like to meet? This one has been chosen again and again, and I wish that it was still possible. I think you probably know what I'm going to say, but Robin Williams, the voice of Genie in the Aladdin movie, I think that he would just be fun to meet. Such an amazing talent when it came to voices. So either him or James Earl Jones, the voice of Mufasa, the voice of Darth Vader. But he's got such an iconic voice, and Robin Williams had the ability to do such a variety of voices. Those two, but primarily Robin Williams. Question number 18. If you could live in any world from a Disney film, which would you choose? I think I've probably answered this differently in each of the recordings. The world of Coco, I think, is what I would probably choose right now in this moment as to which world I'd want to live in. Either that or in the world of Mary Poppins and hanging out with the chimney sweeps and trying to step in time. Question number 19. If you could say anything to Walt Disney now, what would it be? I would probably want to pick his brain. A lot of people are saying thank you. A lot of people saying, asking him questions about how his business is going. And those would all come to pass. But if I was to have a conversation with him, being a creative type personality, I would try to pick his brain and figure out, not necessarily figure out, but understand more where the creative spark for him comes from. Question number 20, and the final question, and one that I would like you to leave me a comment below with your answer. What is your favorite or best Disney memory? So leave me a comment below. I'm going to answer, but leave me a comment below with your favorite Disney memory. My favorite Disney memory, it's a tie. Going back to the very first question, my favorite Disney memory would have to be both going to Walt Disney World as a kid and experiencing it for the first time and just being able to run around, behaving ourselves, of course, and enjoying the park at a safe place to be, and such a wonderful place. Tied with that is going now with my kids and seeing Disney through their eyes, and just the wonder and fun and enjoyment that they're having. and having and sharing that with them. So that's a tie. So those are my favorite Disney memories. Granted, it's two, and it's very general, but I couldn't pick one from the two. One very personal memory from my childhood, and then of course as a father, as an adult, and sharing the world of Disney with my kids. So those are my favorites. Those are my answers to the 20 questions of the Disney tag, the 18 that I was tagged with, and a couple of others. I hope you don't mind me rearranging them a little bit and adding a couple to making it an even 20 questions. But this, again, has been the Disney World tag. And I am going to tag 3 channels. 2 I've already contacted and asked them if they mind. The other one's a surprise, so I hope you don't mind. But the 3 channels that I'm going to tag are Gareth and Laura from the UK. I'm going to tag Alpha Traveler 1, who's been an amazing friend to the channel. And also I'm going to tag C. Sean Vlog, and I will include links to all of their channels in the description below. So hopefully you'll be able to, if you haven't found them already, go check them out. Make sure you subscribe to their channel as well and see what their responses are to the Disney tag. So once again, that's Gareth and Laura, you've been tagged. Alpha Traveler 1, you've been tagged. And C. Sean Vlog, you have also been tagged. I hope you don't mind. C. Sean Vlog is the one that I'm surprising with this. I hope you don't mind, man. But I look forward to seeing all of your videos and your answers to these questions. So all the questions will be below in the description, so make sure you check those out. And there's nothing that says that you have to be tagged before you do the Disney tag video. So if you do the Disney tag just on a whim, make sure you let me know. I'd love to see your answers also. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please don't forget to give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, if you'd like to follow me on other social media, I am on Facebook at facebook.com, that Disney Pin Guy, on Twitter as Disney_pin_guy, and Instagram as that Disney Pin Guy. So follow me on all 3 places, and I look forward to meeting you and building up the community for this channel as well. And we will see you in the next video.